I just have always wanted to see a Resident Evil movie that looks like what I experienced when I play the games. And so that was kind of the whole point of making this. Like I want to make the movie that I wish existed. And it feels like there's a good amount of people that are excited for this. So that feel the same way. So that's been wonderful.
Well, hey, Tessa and Rachel with Mama's Geeky here today talking to the absolutely brilliant Zach Cregger. We have all sorts of cameras. Yeah, where you like.
All the angles are here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course, of course. As a massive fan of Resident Evil and your work, I'm so excited for this film.
Thank you. Thank you.
I want to know, I know you're a massive fan of Resident Evil. So how is this experience like for you?
It's good. I mean, it's really exciting. It's been a thrill to see so many Resident Evil fans like get excited for this movie. It makes me really happy because I just have always wanted to see a Resident Evil movie that looks like what I experienced when I play the games. And so that was kind of the whole point of making this. Like I want to make the movie that I wish existed. And it feels like there's a good amount of people that are excited for this. So that feel the same way. So that's been wonderful.
Yeah, and we were fortunate enough to be at the event where you got to chat about the first 18 minutes of the film that was shown. And you talked about how it was great to kind of be able to film a video game adaptation that felt like the actual video game, felt like you were playing it.
Yeah.
And, just kind of like being able to give us a character like Brian that isn't that hero. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Right. Yeah. He's like more of an Ethan than a Leon, which is, to me is more interesting, to watch somebody who would have all of the skills that I have, which is to say 0 skills, who would miss like 90% of the shots he takes with a gun, doesn't know how to work a gun. And would basically cry and panic away from every monster that he encounters. That's my hero. That's what I'm.
That's how I play a
That's
video game.
exactly. Yeah, that's good.
No, yeah, in that 18 minutes, I'm watching him like, what are you doing? Just leave. Stop. Why do you keep doing this?
But I gotta say, he is not one of those horror movie protagonists that is constantly doing the dumb thing and walking into danger. He is constantly trying to leave. The only mistake he makes, and this is not a spoiler, is he hits a woman with his car and he doesn't leave her to die on the side of the road.
Okay, that's fair.
So I guess, yeah, guilty if that's a bad, yes, he tries to save a woman that he hit with his car.
I guess he doesn't actually know the outbreak.
No, he doesn't know he's in a horror movie. He just is doing the right thing.
The cinematography, though, and what we saw is so incredible. The POV and the shifts. Can you talk about incorporating all that?
Well, yeah, because I feel like people my age and younger, we grew up not just with movies as our visual touchstones, but with video games, right? Like I am visually informed by these games I played since I was a little kid. And so to me, having that third person view that is constantly shifting as the character is shifting their attention is really immersive. And I just don't feel like there's been a lot of movies that utilize that correctly. And what better way to use it than to make a Resident Evil adaptation? And so what we did a lot was really lean into that third person, follow camera where it's a wide lens. You see the whole world, but your protagonist is in the center. And then I had my actor and my camera operator, who is the guy who did this movie also. They had to really work together to make sure that, they were perfectly in time so that it feels like Austin's attention is controlling the camera. And I also used a lot of first person views in here. And I think it's not just because it's a video game, it's effective filmmaking. I think it makes you feel like you're in the environment. I'm excited for people to see that.
And it's so just natural and seamless. Like you said, we all kind of have that visual language that we've learned from video games.
Yeah.
And I didn't even notice that that's how this was going until there was that one shot when he was at the police car and it was like,
yeah.
And then it's like, oh my God, we actually are doing like a follow through I would in a video game.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, that is just kind of like a testament to like your dedication to making this what it's going to be.
Yeah. And I try and do it even like in the scenes where, he's not running for his life. The opening scene of the movie, I don't know if you remember, but it's like he's just kind of walking into a hospital lobby and looking around. And I'm doing that third person thing there for a long, like minute and a half long shot, just because I'm trying to just train the audience. Like, this is what this movie is. This is like a video game from the jump. Before the action pops off, we're still doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I absolutely love. But also you wrote this not knowing you were going to be directing it.
Yeah, I wrote it thinking someone else would direct it. They'd never let a schmuck like me do this. And so I was able to write it just like, oh, this would be cool. This would be cool. This would be fun. I didn't think I would be the one that would have to actually figure out how to get everything actually realized on screen, which was like really a painful nightmare for me.
Just because they were like, this is going to be someone else's nightmare.
Yeah, I pity the fool that has to figure this out.
Well, if it's not the consequences of my own actions.
Yes. I have no one to blame. Yeah.
No, but I mean, what was it like when you realized, oh, I am going to be the person to direct this? And how much did that shift what you had already written, or did you stick with the troubles you created for yourself?
I didn't change anything because I really loved the script. So I was like, this is what I fell in love with. This is why I want to make this. So I'm not going to compromise the script. I'm just going to have to figure it out. It's a weird thing when you get when a movie that you want to make gets like the green light, there's about 10 seconds of like, wahoo, and then an immediate like, oh no, that, you realize like, oh, I've entered a new world of pain and it's going to last for years, because it's like, now it's like, it's just problems. It's just, how do we solve this? We don't have enough money for that. What are we going to do here? Our schedule is too tight for this. And you just have to make what is the expression, like 50 pounds something in a 10-pound bag? I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like one of those things. Yeah. Anyway, but that's every single movie that's ever been made at any budget, and so you just have to kind of party for that 10 seconds and then really strap in. Yeah.
Well, I can't wait to see the rest of it.
Oh, I'm so excited for you guys too.
It's going to be great.
Thank you.
I'm already all the way in.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
I'm glad that there's like a new take.
Cool.
I love that you're doing it fresh.
Great. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes,
Congratulations.
Yes.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, it was fun to talk to you guys.
Great.
Yes. Thank you.
Wahoo!
Wahoo!